Excuse you. Are we just gonna do this the whole time? Welcome back to my channel. My name's TK. Around here, I just like to tell you how I'm trying to live my life with more intention, and this was a rough week in that department. So today we're talking about resetting and realigning with intention. My week this week started out really full. I was going 100 miles an hour, trying to celebrate my niece's 5th birthday in as much style as we possibly could. She and my sister were here for 5 days between last week and this week, and they left Tuesday night. By Tuesday night, I had been sick for almost a full week and had a very bad cough and chest congestion situation. So on top of like just the deflation of no longer entertaining and being like physically totally drained, I was feeling pretty crappy about everything. And I did some journaling and realized I haven't really been prioritizing intentionality in the last few weeks. It's all been gearing up for this trip for them, getting the house ready, getting my finances in order so I wouldn't be stressed about money during that time. So I hadn't really been focusing on building that morning routine or day-to-day activities that excite me to get out of bed in the morning, or keeping my theme for 2019, which is to be more present and content from moment to moment. And I know some of you are probably in the same boat as I am, pun totally intended, since I know a lot of my coworkers from the Portland Spirit watch this channel. I've got this surplus of free time and a scarcity of financial resources at the moment, and I went into this slow season with a plan to focus on my business, and I was going to study for the project management certification that I want, and I just haven't really done much of that either. So I took to the internet and tried to find activities I could do that might help reset my mindset and help me get back on track and realigned with my intentions for this year. And I did not find anything that I wanted to try or like that resonated with me. So I got pretty discouraged, and by Thursday my cold was in rough shape and my self-esteem was in the toilet. And that's all to say I don't have like a nicely concluded way that I reset my mind and got out of my rut, but I do feel better than I did yesterday. And yesterday I felt better than I did the day before. So I think these like micro actions that I'm taking are working. One way I'm trying to reset my mindset is to remember not to compare myself to other people, and if I do feel like I need some sort of benchmark analysis, to just compare myself to previous versions of me. And that kind of backfired a little bit this week when I was thinking about like, would 18-year-old me, how would she feel about the choices I've made and the position I've put myself in, and I don't know, how can I better serve her? And specifically yesterday, it made me feel pretty crappy about myself. So let's cut to that. So I feel behind in terms of my reset. Today I meant to wake up early and try exercising, and instead I woke up first around like 8:30 to Connor puking, and I cleaned it up, and then I just like went right back to bed, and Dan stayed up and he took them for like a nice long walk, and I woke up like in a funk at 11:30. We went to go see some houses and came back to our kitchen being flooded into the hallway. So not awesome. Our kitchen sink backed up. We don't know why. It's just a pain in the ass. But my big plan for tonight was to tackle this closet that I actually did a couple months ago, and it's still just not orderly in Anyway, so I'm gonna dump out all of my drawers again. I'll probably make some dinner. Before I do that, I'm gonna do some yoga because I just don't want to feel like a loser anymore. Maybe I'll do some journaling to figure out what's behind that. Yeah, but hopefully tomorrow when I report in, this is more fun and I have something constructive to say. We'll see. I want to talk more about what I'd done in my efforts to reset my brain and realign with my intentions up until that point. I am feeling better, like I said, today than yesterday, but I'm not quite to the point that I know I can be at, and I think that's okay. Like, it's not all gonna be like peaks, right? You have to have those valleys, otherwise it's not worth it. And I'm trying to remind myself that enjoying the journey is just as important as the destination. I did a lot of reading this week. One of the things that I identified as lacking in my day-to-day was a focus on reading and learning. As I mentioned in that clip from yesterday, I have maintained my commitment to my 30-day yoga journey. Really excited for that to come out in the next week or two, my review of that experience. But even in that practice, I hadn't been feeling entirely mindful. So in this reset practice, I'm also trying to return to that intention. And the first thing I did was I cleaned this space. My sister and my niece stayed in our bedroom while they were here, and things got a little out of control. So I hadn't really taken the time to deep clean my side table or the area next to it in quite a while. That's kind of like my dump station where various things just end up if they don't actually have a home, and now it's very intentional. This week I also did some mind mapping specifically around my mornings, came up with ideas that I am excited about to implement, so maybe later this week I can try one or two of those out and see if something sticks. And this is all to say it's going to be an ongoing process, but I think it's important to talk about these things, the speed bumps along the way, because there's really no use in pretending everything is perfect all the time. And I think if you're tuning in here, you're realizing it's not perfect like ever. I think one of the best things you can possibly do is just to try something, try anything. I really hope you found this video useful. It's not the most comfortable thing to be this honest about my shortcomings. I think I talked about that in my fear of failure video, but I think it is important to like have an accurate documentation of like my journey, my constant growth and self-improvement. Let me know on the comments below if you are also in need of a reset and if there is any way I can help support you in doing that. Make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to stick with me and see where this whole crazy thing we call life goes. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you greatly. Have a great week. And on a lighter note, I think you deserve some of this very cute footage of my niece enjoying her trip to Portland.
And you can